Hello and welcome to a new project. In today's adventure, I want to start the process of making a cozy cottagecore slash hobbit outfit. I really think that hobbits have pioneered the cottagecore lifestyle. I mean, they've got the cute cozy homes, they've got a proper emphasis on good food multiple times a day, and of course, the outfits. They've got waistcoats, they've got bodices, they've got petticoats, lacy tops, suspenders, which I love suspenders. I don't do enough with suspenders. I need to make me an outfit solely around suspenders. Needless to say, I love hobbit fashion. I love cottagecore fashion. So today we're making it. I want to create some base layers. It is getting colder here in the southern hemisphere and I need all the layers I can get. So to get started, I'm going to make some lacy bloomers and a petticoat. For the petticoat, the fabric is doing all the work for me. I've got two of these sheets. I don't know if they're actually sheets or valances or something bedding related. My aunt actually gifted these to me about 3 or 4 years ago, I'm gonna say, and said maybe you can find a use for them. Well, today's the day. Thank you very much. I am finding a use for them. But what's great about these is that they actually already have a lace and ribbon detail on the bottom of them. So I don't need to add any of that. Yay for lazy sewing. The bloomers are going to require a bit more work. The fabric I want to use is this cottony, linen-y something. It doesn't have any convenient already in there lace or ribbon, so I'm going to add some lace insertion down the legs and maybe around the leg hem as well. I think first I'm going to tackle the petticoat because that is going to be super simple and will hopefully take no time at all. So let's get into it. So, like I said, this petticoat is a super simple make and construction. From my two sheets or valances or whatever they were, I have just cut off the bottom part that has the pretty trim. So now I have two big pieces of fabric that have pretty decoration at the bottom, and I'm going to construct it kind of like an 18th century skirt. So I've got one for the front, one for the back. They will get pleated down to a waistband, which I have also cut and then stitched some of the way up the side. They don't go all the way, and the side edges of this are already finished, so I don't need to do any seam finishing. All I really need to do is sew up the side seam and attach the waistband, and that's kind of it. Although I did cut these to be floor length and I only want the petticoat to actually be about knee length, so I'm going to put some horizontal tucks into the skirt to bring it that bit shorter and give it a bit more volume, and if I ever do want it to be floor length, I can take those out and it will be. So yeah, let's put this together. My side seams are together and ready to go. Now I've got to pleat the top edges down to fit the waistband. So that's all the pleating done and the waistbands on, both of them. So technically the petticoat is all stitched and ready to go. I could wear it as is, but I do want to shorten it because it's currently floor length. I want it more like knee length. So I need to put a fair amount of the skirt into some horizontal tucks. Would it have been easier to do this before I put the waistband on? Possibly, but I didn't think about that until I had already pleated down the front and I didn't want to undo my pleats. My petticoat is now complete. It has all the tucks in the skirt. Putting these tucks in was probably the most time-consuming part of this whole petticoat, but I really like the way they make it look. It's starting to look a bit like a cupcake, and I find that highly entertaining. But with that done, I'm going to move on to the bloomers. And I've changed my mind about the fabric I want to use. I was originally going to use this beige linen-y cotton fabric, but I feel like it's a bit stiff and boring in color. So instead, I'm going to use this green fabric, which has a fun pattern in it, and it's just a bit more drapey. And I'm more likely to wear something out of this on its own, like as not part of this costume, if it was this fabric than if it was this fabric. So we're going with this one. I'm also going to use a pattern for these bloomers, which is this one, which is Butterick 3263. It's got a couple of different variations in it, but I'm just going to make these drawers basically. So let's cut this out. There's not a lot to it, which is really nice. My pieces are now prepped and ready to go, so let's assemble them. This should be really simple, although now I've said that something's going to go wrong. But I have clearly marked which is my wrong side or my right side, so hopefully what happened with my last project where I had to restitch it all won't happen again today. Pants are coming along nice and quickly. I now just need to do the bottom leg hem and also the waistband, which I'm going to finish with some elastic. Not necessarily something that exists in the realms of Lord of the Rings, but I think if hobbits had access to elastic waistbands, they would use them. Because sometimes you need a bit of extra room in your pants after second breakfast. That's my reasoning anyway, so we're going with elastic. So I think I've got my lace types and placements sort of figured out. I decided to go mostly with the more crochet type lace. I just thought looking a bit more handmade is good for the cottagecore vibes that I want this to have. So now I've just got to figure out the exact placement I want the laces to be and how much lace I actually have. And then I can stitch it in. Because this is the first time I've ever actually done insertion lace, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do a couple of bands around the bottom of the legs. I feel like that's a good place to start, and my next project can have some wild, crazy, all over the place insertion lace. So let's start figuring this out. My plan was to fell this tiny bit of seam allowance from cutting open my lace insertion, but this fabric is really not happy with that idea. So instead, I've got some fray stop, and I'm just going to run some of this along the edge and hope that that will hold it. These edges feel a lot more stable now with the glue, so that's good. If I wanted to, I could probably go in now and actually fold them without it fully running away from me, but I'll see how the glue does. Now I want to add some trim to the bottom of the leg hem, so let's put that on. My bloomers are done and lacy. I do wish I had more of this lace. It's really pretty, but this is all I have left now after trimming the bottom. So, oh well. Better to use it than stash it in a cupboard forever. I'm thinking maybe I'll add more lace later on, but for now, I'm calling it done. And my petticoat is also done, which means all my underlayers are done. All that's left to do is try them on together. Really love just this look. It kind of feels like a Peter Pan look or a Puck look. Like I'm ready to cause some mischief, basically. And it's very comfortable. I could see myself wearing this. So So that is my undergarments completed, the part of the outfit that no one's going to see, apart from all you lovely internet people. I hope you've enjoyed watching me make these, and come back next week to join me as I start making some outerwear. Bye!